Hello everyone, and welcome to 811, a surreal psychological horror game made in RPG Maker. And there's a number of RPG Maker horror games that you guys have been suggesting for a while that I've wanted to get to for a while. And I'll be totally honest, this particular one is not so much a Let's Play as an intervention. Some of you who have been paying attention may have noticed that for the past, nearly 250 days or so, someone in the comments has asked for this game daily, without fail. And after the first few times this happened, I laughed, some others laughed, and then I got a little concerned, and some others got a little concerned. And then it went on for a real long time after that, and I figured, well, at a certain point, I'm sort of responsible for what happens as a result, right? And I should at least try and avoid ending up like Murray Franklin. So let's try it out. Now, I have had a brief look at the itch.io page, and it does seem fairly interesting. We play as a young, homeless priest who wanders around with their friend, and we take shelter from a storm inside an abandoned church. Now, what happens from then on, who knows, but this is just a demo. Apparently this has been in the works for quite a while, and has actually amassed a following. So, let's see what it's like. Use the spacebar or enter to continue. Arrow keys to move, spacebar to interact, shift key to dash. This game is best viewed in its intended windowed view. Okay, well, I'm recording a Let's Play here. Don't panic if you see these in text. These are to illustrate dialogue or text or speech that the main character doesn't understand or translate to French, which is their native language. Caution. Before continuing, do understand that the final release contains heavy themes and images of death, murder, gore, sexuality, and flashing lights. All warnings are listed in the game's notepad. By playing this game, you agree you are suitable for these topics. Wait. Got it. We're in. Okay, I was worried this was going to be in French. At last. Shelter. That storm caught on so quickly. I don't know where we are anymore. I think our town map is outdated. We should have found that bus stop before we found this place. And my clothes are drenched to hell and back. Is this place actually abandoned? It just doesn't look or feel empty. We'll be fine, as long as we're out of that storm. Aha! That was a cute little noise. I can start us a fire for light using that trash can. Here, let me light a match for us. I must have dropped my matches when we were running away from the rain. Say, would you happen to have any extra matches with you, Riker? I guess that's us. Age 28. Occupation priest. Do we maybe have an issue with setting fire to a trash bin in here? I mean, it is the Lord's house after all. My hat and coat got drenched, but I don't think anything inside my bag got water damaged. Do you think we'll have to spend the night here, Leon? A priest and teacher of unknown age. This is an odd friendship. If the storm continues, then so be it. Next time this happens, let's find a hotel instead of a creepy, desolate building. Right, well, I think I'm gonna wander around here for a bit. I'm interested in what this place looks like. Suit yourself. Yell if you encounter a raccoon. Keep that flashlight on you. Okie dokie. Arrow keys to move around. And yeah, look at that. The sound of that ambiance, the detail on the carpet and tile, this is actually really atmospheric. Look, there's all this trash all over the place, but looks like a bunch of rose petals on the floor. And a confession booth in the corner. You say it doesn't feel empty, but I'm not sure what you mean by that. It definitely looks vacant. Doesn't look like I can climb inside, though. You can now save at locations of Mother Mary dolls. Save progress? We or non? Okay, right here. You know, I've always found there to be a certain charm to RPG Maker games. I mean, it's all custom art, and the creator really kind of speaks through the dialogue. It's really carried by the dialogue. And so I always find they have a really nice personal touch. You know, they're fairly simple to make compared to other games, and so it's really got to live or die on the story and the style. I've really got to try some more of these. There's a rocking horse over in the corner here. This picture looks faded. Other than that, it doesn't seem like I can do much to interact. Okay, so note to self, stepping on glass will make noise. Some graffiti over this mirror here. Leon doesn't like mirrors. Every time I ask, he gives a different reason. Could be that you're about to sleep in an abandoned church during a storm with a vampire. These candles are already lit at the altar. Oh wow, this is really gorgeous looking so far, and I'm really impressed with the lighting. Like, I'm sure there's some kind of tricks going on here, but like, it is unbelievably atmospheric for a game of this style. A shrine with Mother Mary and two figures behind her. You can't name them properly, as they've been defaced with graffiti. Bebop and Rocksteady, probably. But that's all we've got. The character designs themselves almost look like a mismatch compared to the environments, but I think that's also more of like the almost DeviantArt charm of these games. This door is extremely heavy. It takes a lot of effort to open it enough just to let you slip through. I don't like the sound of that drone. Creepy, darkened back rooms, but the patter of the rain is still ever present, as is the thunder. That portrait looks to have no eyes, and the crosses have been inverted. Who is this figure in the stained glass? Either end seems to depict like a fiery hellscape. Look at that. More stairs. Hey, I'm not the one who chose to come this way. Just a dead houseplant. Sheep? What are you doing here, sheep? There is a really strange face in this mirror here. If that is indeed what it's supposed to be. A stuffed sheep doll. Almost looked real for a second. Well, what do you call these? They just wandered up here? I wonder if sheep struggle with stairs like cows do. A grandfather clock. It's covered in dust, but was kept in great shape. It's probably way older than it looks. An envelope? Where did this come from? We just got a letter. We just got a letter. 8. It's a black piece of paper with the number 8 sketched on it in white. There's something on the back of it, too. Communications are short. Find us next at 27, 24, 26. Discarding the random paper into your pockets, your attention is drawn to the old, torn-up book. The book that was under the envelope is in French and covers the topic of dreams. Read it? Oui, oui. I'm gonna need Killian to help with this. Turning to a random page, you begin to read. Dreams are involuntary images produced from the mind that occur during sleep. The context behind every dream will remain unanswered, but there are theories on what dreams might be about. Dreams can give people a variety of reactions to them. Dreams have been recorded to be sexual, magical, frightening, adventurous, silly, or even surreal. 12 years ago, dreams were recorded to be in black and white, until colored TV was introduced. While colored TV isn't as popular as it's used to, people now claim to have dreams in color. The rest of the text begins to fade, making it more difficult to read. People have reported having lucid dreams. A lucid dream is when someone is fully aware they're dreaming. Inside a lucid dream, the dreamer can control some aspects of what they see. You can recount the time you lucid dream too, can't you? The rest of the pages were written over with thicker font. It can't be read any further. Weird. Yeah, weird indeed. It's like one of those really self-aware moments in a dream, but one that doesn't quite become lucid, one that's just kind of disturbingly close. Let's read something else. The clock still works? I don't remember falling asleep. It must have been by accident. How long have I been out? Well, if you had counted the chimes, you would know. Hey, Riker! There you are! Are you okay? Huh? What's going on? Oh, I think I passed out on the floor by accident. Thank goodness you're all right. A while after you left, the storm became more violent and managed to crash a tree into one of the windows next to me. I can't tell how old this place is, but the structure doesn't seem evenly supported. I let my mind create the worst possibilities about what could have happened to you. Look at our face right now. I'm fine. You don't have to worry so much about me. I'm worried about you. A tree crashed through a window near you? I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Don't worry. It only startled me. I wasn't harmed. Let's not talk of things. Let's start celebrating. Ah yes, let's remember the day a tree didn't fall on you. I bought this at the train station when you were getting us tickets and coffee. Surprise! It's your favorite. Yogurt cake. Oh. Birthday present? Today is... That is adorable. I wanted to wait until later tonight to surprise you. You know, before your big ordination. I'm so proud of you, Riker. You're going to become a real priest. Official. Then maybe we can find you real housing. I mean, I'm a priest. This place is empty. Can I have this? Thank you for everything. I really want to know how that cake survived us running in the rain and all. Let us eat. We missed your ordination practice. I apologize. But we can make it up for you. Now, since we're already located in a church, why don't we use the house of worship for your ordination? I'll be in the main lobby if you wish to join me there, and we can get started. You guys will believe me when I tell them about everything that happened last night, right? I hope that means yes. Now I've got to walk all the way back. When characters run ahead of me in games, I get nervous. I'm amazed at some of these things you don't have anything to say about. This vintage cabinet of sorts must have looked a lot nicer before all the brown stains and dead bugs ruined it. Well, this place needs a little TLC. What about this one right here? That one looks to be in better shape. Riker, you scared me. I was right behind you. What do you think was going to happen? Everything good? What are you doing? Oh, just hiding the face of this mirror. Carry on. I'm wondering if your guys' relationship doesn't make you, not necessarily fit for the priesthood. But maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. What is all this? There's something strange about this door. It won't open unless a key number is punched in. The pin pad definitely looks used. Enter code, press X to delete mistakes. Okay, well that's gotta be the numbers we received last night, right? 27, 24, 26. The way it was marked in paint, this looks like an artist's studio. The paint bucket was knocked over, and all the paint that spilled out is now dried. Okay, well, we can save right here. Someone spray painted the Mother Mary painting and gave her a warped, deformed face. There's a lot of, sacrilegious imagery here as well. Behind her is an envelope. Taking it and freeing the contents from inside, you discover a black piece of paper. 11. It's a black piece of paper with the number 11 sketched on it in white. Part 2. There's something on the back of it, too. Leave this place immediately, leave this place immediately, leave this place immediately, leave this place immediately. This is stupid. Some teenagers probably left this here on purpose to scare people. 8:11. The way it's written in the title, I'm wondering if maybe it doesn't refer to, a chapter 8, verse 11? Either way, it doesn't seem like we can examine any of this artwork. Well, besides visually, of course. Oh, just you. Yeah, I know I keep lagging behind a lot, but you should still understand that I'm coming. Forgive me, I'm a bit on edge. I guess I got distracted by this book I found here. Tell me, Riker, do you understand anything in this book? You quickly glance over the text, reading a random passage. There's a great debate over our reality and the existence of multiple realities, or dimensions, that exist outside our understanding. Despite no concrete evidence, many still hold on to the strong belief that copies of our universe, or reality, exist. Dude, I have not been awake for nearly long enough to start talking about multiverses. I mean, I get it, but I don't subscribe to that idea. Interesting. I was just looking over some of the books here. Let's just continue on without getting distracted. Yes, let's. Label me suspicious, but this church doesn't feel correct, if that makes sense. We've been in many abandoned places ourselves, but this is the first one that's held a surreal energy to it. But maybe I'm just shaken up from the storm. Ignore what I've said. Yeah, I'm sure that's all, and maybe it was just the wind. More sheep. These things are just kind of everywhere, and we haven't even acknowledged it. There's some kind of plaque up there, but it doesn't seem like we can read it. Another bucket left here, like there was a leak in the ceiling. Faded text that asks you to behave in the church. Oh, Leon, it's just you. His right hand is holding his chest. His left hand signaling you to be quiet. Leon, what's going on? He holds his hand up to his mouth, indicating to be quiet. He begins talking in a hushed whisper. Quiet, and listen to me very carefully. We need to get you out of here. What was that? Leon, you're bleeding from the stomach. What happened in the 5 seconds since I last saw you? There's someone very dangerous here. He's going to kill us both if we aren't careful. I need you to listen to me, okay? Riker, we don't have much time. I won't waste my last breath on unimportant matters. Leon. Riker, don't hold yourself responsible for this outcome. I will take care of this. Nothing good will happen if you try to help me. All I ask is that you stay here and quiet. Did someone hurt you? Do you know this man? His hands are trembling. Leon, a strong, independent man, was struggling to talk. I trust you'll take care of this for me. Leon winces as he grabs something out of his coat. Blood from his fingertips smear on the cover of the book he's holding. This book cannot be separated from you. This man will not know you have it. Be careful, and keep it safe. It must never leave your hands, understand me? Leon, your hands... What do you... For your safety, hide in this confessional, and don't come out until I tell you it's safe. What? You want me to hide instead of helping you? What if we just ran right now? Or there's 2 of us. Leon doesn't even pay attention to you. He's too busy looking at the doors and mirrors. The mirrors, you know something I don't. He's not listening to anything I say. I have a sinking, gut-wrenching feeling something is going to happen. Okay, Leon. Before I go, I'm going to ask you of 3 things. No matter what, you mustn't read any of the contents inside my Bible. If you read this book, unfortunate events will only lead to your downfall, like a curse. Avoid getting revenge on my behalf. And finally, ignore any static noise that you hear. No matter what, no matter the situation, pretend it doesn't exist. I can hear it now. Dante! Please understand. I want to explain. He speaks in a language we don't understand. Christ, Dante! And apparently so do you. You wait for some time. You don't know how much time has passed, but it feels like years. I don't hear anything else. What language were they speaking to each other just then? It's quiet. Leon hasn't returned yet. He said to wait here, but I want to check if he's okay. He was dragged this way. The sounds sounded like they came from the left. Blood leading into the mirror. Blood? As crazy as it sounds, it looks like the mirror is bleeding itself. Okay, let's avoid making any noise. Oh my god. Leon! Christ, Leon! Oh my god. This isn't right. The grotesque imagery catches you off guard. His face is missing entirely. It's all just red from blood and scrambled bits of flesh and muscle. Nothing resembles human anymore. One eye is completely missing, while the other delicately hangs from a small string out of his face. Some teeth and bits of a tongue can be found, but it makes your stomach turn. You can't look away. You can't grasp that this is reality, and that Leon is dead. The corpse is his, but you can't put his name to that body. It just doesn't look like him. There's no way he was murdered like this. I can't even properly grieve. All the words I want to scream get trapped in my throat. Oh god. He was alive just moments ago, wasn't he? Where's the person who killed him? Where did they go? And why did they... The shooter could still be in here. I don't know what to do anymore. Leon sacrificed himself for my life and trusted me to guard this book of his. I need to get away from here. Thing is, after even that brief look at what we were together, I don't know if I can follow his advice. I don't know if I can follow his last wishes. You kill my friend, I kill you. That's always been my policy. A shrine with Mother Mary and two figures behind her. Mother Mary, please help me. I'm on borrowed time. And my friend was just wrongfully murdered. What am I supposed to do from here? I'm so hurt and confused. An envelope with a map? Where did this come from? You look at the political map, seeing that every bit of land was scribbled over in black. Everywhere, minus a small country named Rosso or Cadere, or whatever. Rosso Cadere? Leon mentioned this place to me before. He studied at a basilica there long ago, I think. With no home here in France. I wonder if I would find more information about him there. In Rosso. This place might be the only choice I have to finding answers about this book he gave me. It's far, but that won't stop me. And despite his best wishes, I want to find out why he was murdered. I owe my thanks to you, Mary. I believe this is a sign you're giving me to advance forward. Got the Rosso Cadere map. without looking back. You begin to run the moment the front doors are pushed open. You unknowingly run over 2 miles away from the church in a random direction. You don't care where you go, as long as it's far away from the gruesome scene. The rain shows no signs of stopping anytime soon. The moon is hidden completely behind all the clouds. We run out into that same storm, only this time alone. The tall forest trees gradually grow shorter and thinner. An opening in the forest reveals more light and a breath of cold air. There's a road, but no visible house lights that are seen. This one-way road will eventually lead to a town or neighborhood. Save game? Oh yeah, it's been a while. Let's stagger that save. God, that line, like, you want to look away, but it doesn't look like him. You can't look at that vicious scene and attach that to this person you cared about. A year later. Hello! Good day to all viewers from your favorite true crime podcast, Unsolved Rosso Files. Podcast, so... But you just called it a podcast, but you're being displayed on an old-timey TV. It's been a year since a bizarre case has taken Vivant, France by storm. We've had similar cases, haven't we? And you also speak in that strange language, or maybe it's just a different one, the language of this country. It started many years ago with small cases, but the numbers certainly have risen over time. But now we're seeing the first one outside of Rosso. Strange, isn't it? For those who aren't aware, we're discussing the mystery of killer mirrors. And it sounds a bit silly calling it that, isn't it? Feels disrespectful in a way. Anyways, back to what you were saying about France? Oh, right. This person received news by police officials on a Saturday morning at 10:20 a.m. on a dead body discovered in an old abandoned community church. The place felt more like a cathedral in terms of size, but alright. Police asked for anyone to come and identify the body if they were able to. Police are asking their citizens once again to come forward with any hints if possible. Can't they just identify the body through dental records or fingerprint scans? I don't believe they can. The body was missing a face because they believe the victim was shot from behind the head, and the exit wound disfigured the face beyond recognition. The victim's fingers were cut, and no fingerprints could be found or used. So this paranormal entity from the mirror cares about leaving no physical trace? Sounds scary. Do you know if the French police will work along with ours? Do they have any idea who the culprit might be, if there is one? See, I'm not sure. Because all they ever find with these killer mirror cases is a blood trail that always ends right at the bottom of a mirror. Almost like the mirror was dragging blood from the victim. Scary how there's no conclusion here. They can't even say if the person was murdered due to lack of evidence. Anyway, for our next segment... Excuse me, even with what little you know, I think it's pretty clear they were murdered. Shutting that podcast off. Nothing found surrounding Leon's case still. What did I expect from some low-budget true crime podcast? Even a year later, you can't look away. You say you have to check to see if anything new has been discovered. I suppose that would help, but I wonder if you just are drawn back to it. Attention all riders. We've arrived to our last destination. Please hold on as we come to a complete stop. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy your time here in Rosso. I'm going to pronounce it differently every single time, by the way. Kitty, hi! Oh, hello, meow. Hi, Beeper, hi. Well, this place seems nice. Excuse me. I'm not interested in joining any religious organizations. Huh? Your rosary is mocking the locals here. The tourist wouldn't know that, of course. What do you mean? I don't intend to mock anyone. Of course. Whatever you say. I was definitely called something bad. It actually only makes sense that the language they were speaking be the language of this place. Of course, that means we're kind of a fish out of water here, although if we had no home in France, we were sort of a fish out of water there as well. We're known for our special curry sauce. Have you tried it yet? It's a sweet and savory sauce, and we like to serve it with lamb or chicken with vegetables. I guess we just talk to locals until we get some sense of direction, right? Excuse me, I'm looking for a church you have here in town. A big church, actually. Oh, like a basilica? Mm-hmm. No one will give you directions for that place. I would forget about it if I were you. Why is that? Why is a rosary or asking directions to the basilica mocking you? This guy doesn't look like he wants to be bothered. Yeah, that face just screams hatred, doesn't it? We're out promoting the anniversary of the Cursed Gem Bar. Please do visit us. Maybe I will check it out. This place has so many kitties just out and about. It's a utopia. This building marks you're in the capital of Rosso, Santo Cittadina. This place just seems to be like vaguely Mediterranean. A headless Black Mary statue. A statue with its head missing. In front of the statue were burnt candles. What a weird coincidence. Just today, my girlfriend Elster told me about the Black Angel in a cemetery in Iowa City. Do you know if there's any maps or guides that can help me find something? 6x10 paintings are 10, 10x16 paintings are 20, and commissions are an extra $10. Huh? Oh, that's not what I want, sorry. Good morning. That's all? If you want to read any books from the library, you have to show a permit. That's just how things are here. What kind of dystopia is this? I'm gonna burn this country to the ground, you freaks! Libraries need to be free and open, that's the whole point. We're out promoting the anniversary of the Cursed Gem Bar. Please do visit us. Road construction up ahead. You aren't allowed in, sorry. No problem. No one here is looking to be saved religiously. It's distasteful to show up on our land dressed as a priest, wearing holy artifacts like this. I don't mean to offend anyone. Just trying to warn you. Howdy, guys. While approaching the two men, you flip nervously through a translation book before speaking. Hello. Hello. Can I help you? I'm looking for the cathedral, or really a basilica, by the name of Église du Soleil? Basilica is the right word, right? You're a tourist, aren't you? Isn't it painfully obvious? What about it? I would avoid that church out of something. Haven't you been warned about it? Heard about the scary rumors surrounding it? Don't scare him. And they're conversing amongst themselves, I guess. They're talking about me. But if you wish to really visit it, What do you mean? It means good luck here, but taken from the German language. But if you really wish to visit it, okay. Ever since the events that took place there, everyone removed it from maps out of fear of the rumors that surround that place. It's cursed. Cursed? Yep. Everyone avoids that basilica at all costs. It's not safe to go there. Do you think maybe Leon picked up his curse there? Brought it back with him to France? They say that if you visit that church, within 3 weeks you'll go missing. Police have given up solving cases that become older than 4 months. Good luck, priest. And you're doing a weird little laugh that my throat is too dry to attempt to replicate. Look at that creepy, dead-eyed little girl feeding the pigeons. I can't talk to strangers. I'm busy feeding the birds. Yep, as creepy as expected. Caw. Wow, this place has a ton going on in the way of civil engineering. I can't decide whether I like this place or not. What is this, a sick joke? A joke? Tourists like you should know better than to wear religious symbols here. Okay, I think I've talked to just about everybody. Police department here. Are you in need of our services or the fire department? Or do you have a medical emergency? No, I'm good. No emergency here. Oh, hey, wait, were you here a second ago? Did I just not notice you? That stop sign is completely bent downward. Actually, I can't even get close. Another car accident just happened this week. Mother and child died. And it's nothing new here. Just be cautious of roads here. Anyone and everyone is getting a license. Apparently not a license to read books. We can go down this way. Looks like fall is starting to set in. A public telephone. The door won't budge as there's nails holding it in place. I guess it's out of service. This place is beautiful, but you get the sense that all is not well in this place, Bill. Excuse me. I'm not interested in joining any religious organizations. You're blocking the stairs as well. This must be it. We're starting to see graves. There's a motel with available rooms if you walk past that clothing shop. Okay, potentially useful, but I'm pretty sure I need to be right over here. Huh, look at that. Bats in the window? Maybe we're approaching spooky season. That lighthouse has been boarded up. There's red and white candles sitting around this grave. You aren't sure of their purpose. Oh, we can walk through here. That's cool, walking along the tracks. There's a bunny hanging out on the beach down there. Things are starting to darken as we wander away from town. Down the abandoned rail tracks and into the woods. Oh really? We can't examine that? A strange stone pillar. The plaque under it can't be read. Whatever it says, it seems like it would be important. We're out of the woods, but the darkness won't leave us. More evidence of car accidents. It's like they've left this whole half of the city to rot. Very ominous. I think this might be it. The doors are slightly cracked open. It is so much like the church in France. Some of these books are so disintegrated they've turned brown and crumple at the touch of a finger. I know Leon's age was unknown, but how long has this place been empty for him to have studied here? Save progress? Of course. There's yellow caution tape at this entrance. You don't know where it leads, but something about this door makes the hair on your arms and neck stand. They all said that they abandoned this place and religion itself, seemingly, after whatever happened here. There's an audio tape with a red mark on it. Curiously, you flip the audio tape to find a list of numbers on it, which reads as follows: 27, 24, 26. Some real guilt starting to set in as I wonder if we maybe caused whatever happened at that church by opening that door to the artist's room. I feel like I should know these numbers, have meaning to me, but I can't quite place it. I'll take it anyways, just in case. 0108. Oh, look at that mural. A huge painting with a golden frame. The plaque has too much graffiti to make out what it says. Yes, but a person seemingly in prayer with a huge red stain where their face should be. Oh my god, I just noticed the painting on the right, too. I think you can see my cursor. Yeah, you should be able to. Look at that, it's like some white-faced demonic figure peeking into the frame as if it's a window to the other side of the wall. This place is giving me the creeps. A painting of two men wrapped in fabric and have blood on their hands. Putting the image down, you notice a script falls out from the frame. It's a description of the image. It reads, "Blank and blank were two homosexual men that fell in love, but were blank by their neighbors. Everyone around them hunted the two down and shot them with arrows. One of the lovers took one of the arrows, stabbed his hand in a way to lock position with his husband's hand, and promised that in another life they will meet and fall in love again." Hard to imagine that there's not some subtext there, or just text. An unfamiliar angel is painted next to the sailor man. We also saw that face in the church. A lot of similarities here, including the pile of mirrors that crunch under our feet as we walk through. This game is like really atmospheric for an RPG Maker game. The environments are all so detailed. Even the streets of the town we walk through are like really, really populated. There's so many people to talk to, so many like people walking around and animals and moving parts. It's doing all this stuff with lighting and different elevations and shadows. Like, I'm really impressed with the way all this looks and feels. There's a lot going on here, even if it's just a demo. It's got themes of, like, religious horror and some urbex that's really well done. But anyway, let's move on. We can actually explore kind of all of this. I want to look around a bit longer. Wait, I just moved right through there. I didn't get to see everything else. There's a piece of paper wedged between some books. Should I grab it? Well, I didn't come all this way for nothing. That was a year-long train ride. A picture that explains the symbols seen in this religion. There's a normal cross, but this is more common. If you use this cross to mark a grave, use this at that person's 10th death anniversary. Add an upside-down triangle to signify they're at peace. Oh, we saw some of this in the graveyard. We also saw inverted crosses in the church. There's a lot of looking around to do, but not all of it does something, and I'm really worried about leaving stuff behind. Are all of these, like, personal mailboxes, with each of these being rooms? One of them may have been Leon's, if that's the case. You can save here as well. I'm just staggering a lot because there's not really any reason not to. Many of these look to be heavily water damaged. That doesn't seem good. And the floor is some kind of mechanism. Or just crumbling beneath me. Check the basement. A ram's horn is here. Who painted this? We apparently have nothing to say about it. I'm getting that if I walk on that ground twice, that bad things will happen. It's persistent too. Look at that, a ray of light shining through with the colors of the stained glass actually projected on the ground. And more artwork. Maybe Leon wasn't the only one from this basilica who came back to France. I wonder how we came to know them. I mean, I guess just through the priesthood education, right? There's a red envelope with a gold-orange seal. Curiously, you open it, finding a neatly folded letter with gold writing. The English numbers 2611 are printed as a header, but the rest of the text looks vaguely familiar. I think some of this is in German. I vaguely remember some words from learning it in school, but I'm not able to make sense of what it said here. A mini TV with no dust on it. Puzzling is, those men said this place was abandoned. Possibly someone else is exploring this basilica, but that wouldn't explain how electronics could still work here. Is it possible our artist is still here and needs some entertainment? Sick bay. You're not going to comment on the still bloody sheets here? Can't take that syringe either. A glass cabinet still full of files. Randomly choosing one. Patient case 0267, 19-year-old male. Numerous health concerns. Main surgeon was Dr. Francis. Surgery was performed on patient 267, or so was reported. Patient was something of his something, and did not ask questions or hesitate when his surgeon performed surgery. His right eye was replaced entirely with a new one. Cleaned up and given some time to breathe, patient 267 said, unquote, "I don't feel any pain. My new eye is already working and..." unquote. When he began to cough and the vein in his new eye became more obvious. To my knowledge, this surgery should have ended when the patient's new eye was given, but that was not the case. Patient 267 began to shiver and demand for clothes or a heater. He immediately puked on the floor. Surgeons helping in the something were horrified and tried to stop Dr. Francis when he cut open the patient's abdomen. Everyone in that room watched as the cut was something to show that the patient's small and large intestines were moving like worms. That's starting to sound more like demonic possession. Upon seeing this, the patient's eyes rolled back, and they could not be woken up. Dr. Francis and the other surgeons put the patient on life support immediately and tried to explain what was going on. Dr. Francis claimed this was normal for the procedure he called limb something, or limb something, i.e. taking an organ or limb from one something and something it with the same organ and or limb with a second something. You're really not giving me much to work with here. Christ, this can't be real, right? There's another journal with the same cover. Read it? I'll be honest, I'm a little invested at this point, but God, just imagine crawling into an abandoned basilica after all of this happened and reading about this. How are you not nervously glancing back into the dark of this room, wondering if the results of some of these experiments aren't still here? Patient 267 was unconscious for several days. Father Francis, his surgeon and father, refused to leave his side the entire time. Patient 267's ears and eyes would bleed periodically. His organs did not move like they did in the operation room. A full week passes until 267 awakens at 11 p.m. At 8:11 p.m., screaming in agony and blood pouring from his eyes and ears like a runny faucet. 267 had to be restrained by doctors so Father Francis could determine what was happening. Once sedated, 267 told Father to quote, "I saw ghosts. Tall, scary ghosts who don't blink and stare at me. They whisper to me to aid them, and I'm so scared." Unquote. The rest of the text is faded. He awoke screaming at 8:11. So besides being the title of the game, that's when you return to the world of the living, and that's what's split between the notes we received. May not be Mary that's communicating with us. A box full of documents. The dead moths aren't a strong enough repel to stop you from curiously digging through. More medical records, it seems. These have chicken scratch handwriting, making it difficult to translate it. Well, it was written by doctors. Photographs of infants are attached to every fat stack of documents. Some look to be a timeline of photos, as the baby's body will look worse in the later photos. Before it assumably gets worse, you put everything back. Yeah, I suppose after all this, you're not really keen to look at a baby waste away. But by putting the documents back, you notice a rusty key in front of you. Okay, that'll be useful somewhere. Perhaps the basement, or wait, I never did check that other cabinet with the pills. A broken pill bottle. The bottle was written on with Sharpie, but the handwriting can't be translated. Telling you, our vision is so limited. Like, it really does a good job of simulating the dark. And we do have a certain radius around us, but it always feels like we're pushing into something. We can go outside and wander around now, though. Oh, this place is gigantic. Even outdoors, it can be hard to see where we're going. Door's locked, fine by me. Door's locked, fine by me. All these goat skulls placed everywhere doesn't seem like very Christian imagery. Honestly, locked doors are a relief. Locked. Very not locked. A crate stocked full of rosaries. This must be a gift shop of sorts, as there's prices listed on the back of each cross. Take something in the house of God. But it's just gonna rot here if I don't take it, right? Is it stealing then? Got the rosary. A box stocked with paper maps. Huh? A map? How big is this place? Looking closer, you see that there's two separate maps. One is labeled with the name of the basilica. Flipping it over, the second map reveals a much grander scale of hallways and dead ends. It's labeled under a strange word, unfamiliar to you. A small note slips out from the maps you collected. It reads as such. The basilica was created before the catacombs were. The catacombs were never part of the original design. There's catacombs? Could this be the basement we were referred to? However, due to circumstances that came from the church, many priests and nuns and other holy associates asked to be buried and kept under the church that gave them purpose in life. The rest is faded away. So, there's a gravesite under the basilica? Got the map. So what you're saying is this is built on an ancient burial ground. There's a sharp crack under your foot. It's a framed document. Looking closer at it, it says that this basilica was built over 210 years ago. I mean, that's America ancient, not Europe ancient. Let's keep looking, I guess. Huh. There's more stuff at the top of these stairs. They don't look very stable, though. I'll just be quick. Oh, this is gonna go great. Yep! Ow. Do I have a concussion? Would someone with one be able to ask that? Ow, 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 ow. I don't have enough money to get it looked at, so hopefully I'll be fine. I thought this was Europe. Then again... it got dark so soon. Maybe I was out for a while. I should make sure I can walk all right before I go further into a rabbit hole. I wonder how late it is. It's almost 5 p.m. I should finish what I can, looking around this area and maybe just come back tomorrow. There's light coming from that window. I was just there, right? That's the room that had the red envelope, I believe. Was that light always on? Wouldn't that light bulb have burned out if it was kept on since this place was abandoned? I guess I should check it out. I guess it's not up to me. Okay, let's feel our way around in the dark. God, I do not like being here. I said in the beginning that a game like this has to carry itself on its vibes, and, well, this one has certainly got a unique one. Hello? Anyone here? The lights are out again. Was I just seeing things? No one's here. Was it some urban explorers that left already? Ah, wait a minute. Are those my cigarettes? They are. There's the French warnings. There's a hole in my bag, and they must have fallen out. I'll need to repair it soon. You reach for the cigarettes when something under the bed catches your eyes. Reach for the mysterious item? Well, you're literally not giving me a choice, so we. Getting on your knees, you reach under the bed. There's a music box with a dark blue key taped on the lid. Looking closer at it, the music box looks old and has lost a leg. Curiously, you open it. There's a mirror inside the lid. Oh no. And some small rocks that were put inside the tiny box. The music is soothing, gentle enough to ease your mind. And that bed looks pretty comfortable as well. The unloved music boxes. We got the music box and the blue key. Well, at least we had that one nice moment. If I wanted to climb these stairs, yes, there's more exploring to be done. Nothing to read on the lectern. A lot of Mary statues just kind of left out. A set of Virgin Mary clay dolls just scattered around the floor. Every single one has a face that's oddly warped and disfigured. Curiously picking one up, it crumbles in your palms. That's not good. And yet you seem oddly bemused by it. This must be a main cathedral hall. Light still pouring in from the windows. Looks like something is blocking my way. Is there nothing I can do about it? And presumably that means it'll be unblocked after a while. There's visible fingerprint markings that have wiped dust away on the piano keys. So clearly I'm not the only one making use of this place. That door is also blocked. There's a taxidermied deer, because that's a traditional fixture of a church. There's a mirror here as well. Something blocking my way, a statue. Little side alcoves here. And a staircase going upward. But again, it doesn't seem like I can actually go that way. Look at all these little skulls engraved on the pillars. Let's explore the first level first and then work our way up. There is a blue door over here. We have a blue key. We used the dark blue key. Shattered mirrors, but not all of them. And there's like an indentation, a shadow of a doorway there. There's a stone coffin. Taking note that there's no dust on the lid, you feel intrigued to look inside. The lid is slightly cracked open. Open the coffin. We've come all this way, but I'm gonna wait a second. Can I really not examine that? Alright. Let's be the horror movie protagonist. I was joking earlier when I said Leon might be a vampire. You give a mighty push on the lid. No way. No way these are real. With careful examination and a double take, what's inside is almost a shining beacon of hope. Neat, thick stacks of money entirely fill up the coffin. No one would just forget something like this, right? I can't justify taking anything from this room. Best to leave this alone. It would make a huge difference for you. Looking closely, you notice that the wallpaper here looks off, like it's hiding something under its skin. Following this border, you cut into the wallpaper with the ram horn. I guess we solved a puzzle. It successfully cuts, and after tearing the wallpaper down, a hidden door is revealed. Now, why would they hide this door? It's nearly impossible to see what's behind this door. All you see is a staircase leading upwards. Go in. So much for leaving and coming back tomorrow. Oh, look at this. We're actually shifting to like a side-scrolling view now for the first time, and wait. Oh, wait. Was it just an optical illusion? I could have sworn you were looking to the left when first we came in. And I guess you sort of still look like that, which is maybe the cause of confusion, but I don't know, you seem different. That one is just a pair of, forgive the cliche, hyper-realistic eyes and a dark background. There's just enough there to make me think I can make out a shape. But really, it's just the eyes staring at me from the darkness. It won't open. These bookshelves are empty. I guess they didn't have a book license. Too dark to make it down that hallway, I guess. I mean, standing in a heavenly glow can't hurt anyone, right? There's a stain on the ground around these bookshelves. I'm also a little disturbed by the two identical portraits there. There's a file here with French writing. The title says, "The Unexplained XXX Surrounding." The rest is covered with duct tape. You open to the first page that is heavy on text. Quickly glancing over some paragraphs, you notice a familiar trend in words. The numbers 8 and 11. They're scribbled all over the pages, making some of the text difficult to read. The two numbers just repeat and repeat and repeat. Lists of tragedies and supernatural occurrences that happened at 8:11 a.m. or p.m. cover an entire page. So this has been a recurring trend, but one which might go unnoticed unless you really look into each of these cases. Flipping to the next several pages don't help. Everything just gets uglier. Soon you begin to flip to pictures of corpses. Nothing is censored. Cracked open heads, run-over bodies, mutilated corpses, drowned, bloated remains are shown. There's no short of a trend here either. Every caption under these images reads that these people died at the time of 8/11. Flipping through more pages doesn't help. Disturbingly, there's only more pages similar to the ones before it. Suddenly, there's a page that stops you. It's a clock. The glass from the window lies shattered around it. Picking it up and investigating, you notice something odd about the placement of the hands on the clock. It's exactly 8:10 on this clock. It has to be old with dead batteries or something. It can't be that late, right? Well, unless you've lost about 3 hours. Looking over at your wristwatch, the hands on it speed up. It's impossible, but it really is happening without your control. The hands speed up, and the time on it reads 8:10 when it's done. Meaning we don't have long. What the hell? This noise. It sounds like a radio. Where is it coming from? You quickly look back at the clock in your hands. The numbers begin to melt. The hands turn to liquid and melt as well, and the object begins to seep through your hands. The watch on your wrist creates the same effect, melting away on your wrist and becoming sludge on the floor. Even my watch is melting? The clock in my watch said it should be 8:11 p.m. by now, but that's impossible. It's not supposed to be 8 at night. The sun was still setting when I was just outside. The lights. I think I remember seeing candles on the table by the window in here. I could try to use those for a light source. Hey, who are you? Wait, who are you? Church bells, this place is coming alive. That was a very realistic jump scare effect. I love that little hop. What the hell is happening? Where did that come from? This is actually really panicky. Okay, we need to go. Just leave. I can hear what sounds like echoing yelling in the distance. There was a way out over here. An exit. You ever feel like you're being watched? Oh no, not the reversed soundtrack. That always sets me on edge. I'm out. And in like a mirrored version of the room we entered from. Just what happened back there? My ears still hurt from all those loud noises I heard. Wait a minute. The door that was here is gone. Not only that, this room looks completely different from what I remember. And I watch, it's back to normal, but also says the time is currently 5:45 p.m.? And where did that person go? I swear I saw someone. Just now, I heard someone walking outside the room. Is someone right behind that door? The door is slightly cracked open. There's enough space to look through and see if someone is truly behind the door. Look through the crack. Once again, you're not giving me a choice. You look in between the space of the door and the door frame. The footsteps from earlier sounded so close, but your eyes can't focus on anything. Oh my god! Suddenly a hand emerges from the depths and grabs you. Within a second, you're pulled out of the room and thrown to the floor. Your eyes open, and you see a tall man towering over you. He must have been the one to grab you, and speaks to us in the language we can't understand. Huh? Sorry, I don't understand. He doesn't sound happy, though. His accent is making it difficult to understand him. Sorry, but could you repeat that? I don't speak good. Ugh! Just who in the hell do you think you are? Trespassers like you used to be hung on the highest branch here. A priest? You're a priest? Wait, are there still any priests even in this town? What are you doing here? I don't mean any disrespect to this place. But you're a priest. I haven't seen a priest or a nun since I got here. What about it? You're a religious man too? A son of God? I'm sorry. I broke that clay doll by accident. It's very dark in here. And you're a follower of Elohim? Oh, yes. I've been... Ha! Then you'd know he would be looking at you with disappointment, right? It's unwise to trespass into places you shouldn't be in. This may be a house of God, but we don't welcome just any broken person in here and offer a service to them. This place is closed, and I don't know how to make that any more obvious to trouble-seeking, unwelcome, annoying cockroaches. We have signs everywhere. Are you blind? Is that a swear word used around here? I still have questions for him, though. We have dialogue choices. Churches should welcome any and everyone. How do I put this into words? Now, granted, I probably shouldn't be making declarations in my position. I heard that this place took in spiritual leaders and worshippers if they needed a place to stay. Is that wrong? Shouldn't all homes of God welcome anyone? We did, in the past, but it got overcrowded, and we easily run out of room to house everyone. Doesn't look like you had that problem now. Do you want to know what happened next? Do you want to know what happens when you promote a free living quarter to the rightfully... I accidentally pressed space. Please speak slower. Wow, that's actually an appropriate time for that to happen. We're stuffed into cages like rabbits. Chairman saw it as more humane to have us stuffed into rooms with no furniture than to turn someone away. Luckily, I was quickly given a higher status and given my own room. But it didn't help, did it? Not really. Was that why we saw the light on in that window? This guy is weird. I think he's mumbling to himself. Do you have any records of who stayed here? They called us... something. Imagine being assigned to a room of 300 square feet with no furniture and sharing it with 20 men. Rabbits. That's what they called us. I once saw a rabbit claw out the entrails of another. This guy is weird. So there's no way of knowing who stayed here? No record of it? Huh. No. They don't exist, and why would you care? I was just hoping to find information about someone who I think stayed here is all. And? What kind of excuse is that? You're trespassing to find someone? Can't you just go to the police? You don't even live here. Or is it that your friend came here and is now one of the missing? I'm not sure if I want to tell this stranger the trauma behind my reasoning. My friend came here several years back. Only just last year he went... missing. I don't believe the rumors about this place. I just want to find my friend. Don't believe in them? Don't believe that the bodies buried under us won't haunt you? I can't even keep track of all the bodies I've had to report to the police. These aren't just conspiracies I'm talking about, Father. I've been here since this place opened, and I've seen the fall of so many people that we ran out of cemetery space. Since this place opened over 200 years ago? Or at least that's when construction started, but either way, that would make you pretty old, wouldn't it? People have died here outside of, I guess, normal deaths like heart pain? Are you a father or a journalist? So, if this place has a history with death and bad luck, why are you here? Would you not be scared, and is it rude to ask if you live here? I want to preserve the history here. I've been saving money to one day clean this place up and bring it back into working order. Good thing we didn't touch any then, or we'd be even more on your bad side. Come to think of it, the money from that coffin. Does anyone else live here besides you? Piss off. Why aren't you off my property yet? You are my favorite type of priest. Please, I think you can help me. Are there any records of names or a list of who stayed here? What's to you, I already told you that answer. Records of any kind were destroyed. There's no reason for you to stay, so you should be on your way. His eyes study every detail on you. He notices the rosary you got from the gift shop here. So, you're just a something. A looter? Huh? A thief. You dare steal under the eyes of something? You trespass into our God's house and mock him by stealing his goods? I've discovered corpses with skin pulled so tight that every muscle and bone was exposed. I've had to deal with the bodies of lost tourists like you in the past. Do you know what Rosso used to do with thieves in the past? Any idea? I should call the police on you. Sanctuary. I claim sanctuary. It was wrong of me, but I can put it back. I don't want it now. I'm sure that when the curse catches up to you, that necklace will be returned to the rightful spot. I'll put it back. If I were you, I would enjoy your next 3 weeks while you can. The cursed souls that are trapped here don't care about sanctuary. The last man who didn't believe me was discovered by police hanging in that confessional. Confessional? Wait, sir! I still had questions to ask. The one priest I find, and he's crazy. I don't see a point in chasing after him. I spent so much money trying to get here. I won't let him just scare me away tomorrow. With the sun setting, I need to focus on getting a place to stay for my time here in Rosso. Did we just ditch the book? Oh well, we were told where we could go. Okay, your dialogue is the same. That guy, he's been somehow keeping himself alive all this time, even while so many others died from this curse. And I take it Leon brought it back to France, which is why stories are starting to come out of there now. It's like it's spreading. An empty playground at night, as if we didn't have enough creepy locations under our belt. This place would be creepy even during the day. A rocking horse in the center of similarly built toys. This one is much less worn down than the others. I wonder why that is. Doesn't seem like regular playground equipment. A hotel, and I could try to stay here. I'll have to see what their rates are. That much for every night here? I don't know if this is the only motel with vacancy in this area. Okay, I'll just take whatever room is ready right now. Alright, I only have 5 nights here. If anything, I could set up a shelter in a park or forest around here, like we used to. It's just you and him against the world, huh? Alright. 5 nights at Rosso. We can explore around the corner a bit. not very far. I can't quite get far enough to read that sign over there. But then again, all the written text we've seen is supposed to be somewhat nonsensical. I'm not sure if it's going to be copyright friendly, but so far, this soundtrack has been quite nice as well. I mean, the production here is just immaculate. It's so confusing and surreal. And I think it's helped by the fact that we are a fish out of water, that we never really belonged anywhere, and now, even less so, we're alone and trying to make our way on our own in a place where we don't even understand the language of the locals, where we're immediately hated as soon as we arrive. It's so interesting having that air of hostility in a place that is so beautiful on its surface. Right here, we can climb up and receive our room. B2. This is mine. Oh, great. I hope it doesn't lead to a tunnel. A tiny room, but I don't mind the spacing. Honestly, it's the comfiest place we've been yet by far. Look, there's a faded outline of where a cross once hung. Can maybe watch some TV? I'm so stressed, I could really use a cigarette right now. I should make sure they're still in my bag, and fix that hole I found while I'm at it. Please don't tell me. Oh, no. I lost Leon's Bible. It's nowhere in my bag or this room. Where did I lose it? Oh, you idiot, you can't be trusted. Where could I have left it? I saw you drop it in the cathedral room. The sun is setting. I've got to run back. Straight here. It feels so unsafe to be creeping back in at this hour after everything we've been through. But as I see it, we don't have much choice. And now I know I won't be welcomed. I don't see that guy around here. I can probably get inside without him noticing. Hopefully he hasn't found Leon's Bible and kept it. He must have locked it. Maybe if I walk around and find another entrance or something. Oh, wait! I remember reading that when this place was built, numerous hidden routes were created. There has to be a secret entrance I can get access to. Well, sure, but what about that other key? The rusty key. Maybe that leads to one such entrance. Maybe we'll have to push past the police tape. The guide says you can access the main areas of the basilica from underground. Through the underground tunnel system. There's writing on this entrance, but it doesn't make sense to me. Regardless of how I feel, I need to get Leon's Bible back. Walking past the yellow caution tapes, you remember reading the history pamphlet from the gift shop. The underground network of tunnels were never part of the original design of the basilica. These complex hallways were added on the rebuild project after coffins and well-preserved bodies of holy officials were discovered hidden in the walls and floorboards of the basilica. More than 50 bodies were discovered inside the walls of the main basilica. However, in the process of finding these bodies, many working men died from suffocation in tight spaces or got lost. With a maze-like design, many people often get lost in the basilica and are never seen again, or are found as a corpse. Men who died trying to find more mummified historic bodies either discovered their dead brothers or went missing themselves. All old and new bodies were buried in a cemetery on site. After the cemetery was full, the rest of the bodies were put into the catacombs like housing for the dead. Entering the tunnels, there's no wind flow, but it's cold down here. Seeing far is impossible. I love how the catacombs became a tomb for all those who died exploring the catacombs. Easily, both sides of the walls can be touched if your arms are stretched outwards. The ground feels uneven. There's the sound of water dripping, but it sounds further and further the more you walk. Soon enough, you come upon a split path. Continue left or right? Left. Ooh. Turning left, you walk for some time until you happen upon a sequence of artwork with no description around it. It shows holy officials baptizing babies. The image shows the baptized babies getting older and eventually dying, but being sent to heaven. Yeah, there's that baby to heaven pipeline I always hear about. But there's those who were not baptized given a different ending. Instead of ascending to heaven, they are seen slowly rotting and dying as a soul trapped in a coffin, unable to escape. Everything down here is uncanny. You look down at your watch and notice that the hands on it have stopped moving. That watch is going to be our guide, isn't it, that something's afoot? You look ahead and get uncomfortable by how uncertain and dark it is. Despite the paranoid-fueled urge, you look behind you. It looks the exact same. The walls begin to open up and allow more space to breathe. The echoes in your footsteps is the only noise you hear. As you advance, some twisted and odd-looking pipes sprout from the ground and walls. There's not too many to obstruct your path, so you decide on heading back to the split path area because, just maybe, you chose the wrong one. You take a step backwards. Things you don't want to hear in the basement of an abandoned church in the middle of the night. Hello? Is anyone there? I'm trapped down here and my baby is sick. Please help. Hello? That's bait. That's bait. The light from the lantern you hold doesn't help much. Please help me. I'm stuck down here. Follow the voice. Once again, not giving me a choice. Stay there. I can help you. You pick up the pace and push yourself around and over the strange pipes. Despite this, the voice sounds just as distant, if not further than before. Hello? Are you still there? There's no response. The pipes are now more dense and make it more difficult to pass through. There's a yellow light up ahead. The pipes grow smaller in numbers, and the hallway feels more open. On each side of these walls are mirrors that reach from the floor to the ceiling. I don't see anyone here. Was I just hearing something? Or are they further? You know, I find stuff like this really creepy because your first instinct is to rush forward and help, until you start wondering what a person with a baby would even be doing down here. Then you start wondering what it is you'll see when you finally arrive. Please help me. I'm stuck down here. It sounds different this time. I can't breathe. I'm trapped and I can't breathe. Something catches your eye in the mirrors. You decide to run. No. Oh! Down a ladder even deeper. Christ! Actually, it looked a lot like the eyes staring at us from the portraits upstairs. How intense. I can't explain what just happened, but it's over now, right? Anyways, I need to focus on what I came to do here. I can ask questions later. Hold on. Is this a window? It is. I can see trees and birds. I must be on a second or third floor. But where am I? There's a window here, but I thought I went underground. Okay, I am definitely overdue for a save. No way. Are my eyes? This is a framed photograph of Leon. It's clearly Leon. So he did visit this church. It felt like something just bit me. My wristwatch. The glass just shattered by itself. It says it's 8:09 p.m. Is it truly broken? Or is this another trick my mind is playing on me? We got the framed photo of Leon. Let's just find the Bible and get out of here for now. Ignore everything I've witnessed. I just need to grab Leon's Bible and get out of here. We're up in the choir area. But we're in the right place. This place takes on a different tone at night. Look at all these flowers strewn about. And the clay dolls are gone. Is this it? Yes, perfect. It's not even scratched. Got Leon's Bible back. Alright, let's leave before that guy comes back. Can I maybe unlock that door? It would be a much easier way of getting down. You leave, running out of the main basilica doors. You find out that the doors to the blue-walled history hall are unlocked, but you don't stay to question anything. You open the doors that can lead you back to the Rosso town square and your hotel room. You keep running, only thinking of sleeping in a warm bed. Out we go. You tripped over your own shoelaces and landed square on your face. You wince, but get up. Of course this happens. I think I scraped my face a bit. A cigarette would be so nice. There's blood coming out of my nose. Can't sit in the middle of the road. Not after we learned about the driving situation here. I can't stop the bleeding. There's so much. Not good. Not good. Not good at all. My head hurts worse now. Where am I now? That is a very good question. It's like we've entered one of those paintings from the walls. Look at that. Combining realistic doll faces with almost glitching and simplistic art design. You look like something out of Anthology of the Killer. That was after I examined. That sound came from you. It might be too late to ask where I am. These look like skinning instructions. There's a projector that is automatically running. The first projector shows how to skin rabbits. This one shows a vintage gun ad. A centipede crawling. A deer. How to skin a deer. The red curtains can be pulled back, which I will do. Leon. Is this blood? Riker Dublin. Who are you? Where am I? The name does not serve any purpose to me, as I am made of multiple living creatures, all unique, and giving me one name would erase their identities. Okay, but... Riker, do you wish to proceed? Are you prepared for the path ahead of you? What do you mean? If you proceed, you'll only be greeted with despair. Proceed now, and let me know. Follow me. I can help you, so you're not entirely alone, but I will not be with you every moment as a warning. There's an underlying reason why you seek revenge for Leon. You're unfit for a priest, correct? You're not tricking me out of my plan. That wasn't my intention. I'm here to guide you for success. It's an old projector. Be cautious and unafraid. Your fate was determined by another, but you can change it now. You play around with the projector, trying to figure out how to turn it on. Be cautious and unafraid. Your fate was determined by another, but you can change it now. You said that already. Riker, are you truly ready for what's to come? I will ignore you if you keep repeating yourself. The projector begins to make noise. What am I watching? We're starting over, and we're going to correct your fate. Would you happen to have any yogurt cake? You do. The size doesn't matter. It's easier to carry if the cake is smaller. It's for someone special. My friend is graduating, in a sense. It's also their birthday, so I want to surprise them with their favorite dessert. It's difficult, but keep watching. Wait, who's that? You remind us of the dessert, and then you remind us of what happened in gruesome detail. And that... There's a real realism to the trauma that really... I think it oddly meshes well with the surrealism. Please stop making me relive this moment. You wanted to continue, right? I didn't ask to see my friend die on loop. What? The bells are too loud. Bells? Answer me quickly. Who's that on the screen? Basilio Dante. That's the one you seek vengeance on. But be cautious. He's tracking you down too. And that's the end of the demo. The The final project has no set release date as of now. If interested in 811 and its future, please follow the official itch.io page or my personal Twitter or Tumblr for updates. Links are in the game's notes. Au revoir. And here's some credits. So that was 811, or rather the demo for it, and that was really good! Person, your persistence has paid off. That was really, really good. I mean, I don't know what else I can say in an outro that I haven't already said during the game itself, but first of all, that is hugely packed for a demo. That took me about 2 hours. And I don't know, there's just so much on display here that has me so curious for what's going to happen next. But also, I love the contrast that this creates. The contrast between vague notions and gruesome realistic detail. The contrast between, religious imagery and the evil that seems to accompany it. I mean, they even say the inverted cross, which most people would associate with, Satanism, even if that's not necessarily the real history. That's just the way this religion works here. And so there's discomfort in seeing stuff for the player that necessarily wouldn't be true for the characters. We enter this little town that looks and feels like something out of Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley, and we're immediately disillusioned by the hostility of everyone and how all the talk around town is about horrific car accidents. Well, anyway, we should probably get going with these credits, because there's a lot going on here. Honestly, I knew this was going to be a little more than I thought, even from the soundtrack on this menu here. I mean, it's so empty, and yet somehow it still manages to pull those emotions out of you. And that, I think, is the heart of surrealism. It doesn't spend a lot of time explaining itself, but when it does so strongly. And it makes sure that you feel what you're supposed to feel, to the point where your emotions guide you through the story, and you kind of fill in the details on your own. I mean, that's dream logic. I just had a look on the itch.io page, and it seems like the last update on this was actually 3 years ago. Actually saying it would be getting a full release date soon, so unfortunately it seems like this isn't really being worked on anymore. Which, on the one hand, I kind of think that sucks, because there's clearly a story worth being told here, but also, I'm starting to feel like this is more the kind of thing this channel was always for. I mean, I've played, obviously, a lot of the popular requests. I just got done recording Subnautica Below Zero. But I always thought that, the best place to look for horror is these random internet finds, these small personal little projects that don't really get a lot of attention, and this is actually more so that than I even thought coming in. But I will say that I have to try out some more RPG Maker horror games, that much is clear. There's plenty that I'm aware of that you guys have been suggesting for a long time, but if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.